Greetings, Pal Tamers. This is for those just starting out. So you finally gave into the hype and decided to check out Palworld. This is your first playthrough. You did not play in early access. 1.0 is now out and there's all the buzz. And you decided to see what all the fuss is about. Great for you. Well, welcome. Welcome to Palpagos. First thing you're going to do is after you've created your character and you have done all the opening cutscene where you scare the bejesus out of 3 very small pals just by sitting up. You will start in this little structure. Now before you leave, don't forget there is an item back there in that corner that you will want to pick up. It is part of the lore of the game. There are several of those little pedestals throughout the game with different things on them. Do not pass them up. So you come out here and you are greeted by a wonderful vista of the Palpagos Islands. From the corner of Faybreak all the way to the right, here's the volcano. There's the world tree that everybody's been buzzing to get to. All the different biomes. It's really a breathtaking scene. So what do you do first? One thing you're going to want to do is talk to NPCs. Do not ignore them. They will give you quests. Some of them can give you items. Some of them can just give you little tips. So when you're starting out, you have no clothes. You have nothing on your person at all. You're in rags. What should be your priority? Well, depending on the time of day you start out, this game does not have a tutorial. It doesn't really hold your hand. Now you will have little missions up there in the upper right hand corner. It may prompt you build a workbench, place a PAL box, that kind of thing. So it will guide you in that sense, but it's not going to hold your hand very tightly. Don't forget to pick up little items. One of the first things you're going to need is food. There are berry bushes right here, coming down from where you were. Pick up little berries. It's going to be the rudimentary food, but you will not starve. You can actually be unalived by starving. You will not have. You may find PAL spheres on the ground, but you will not be starting out with them. This is not where somebody's going to hand you your Pokédex and 5 balls and say go have fun. That will not happen in this game. One of the main things I cringe when I see newer players starting out, especially on live streams, is where they build their first base. I do not recommend. It is very easy to be tempted to build here on the Hill of Beginnings or near it. I do not recommend that because you are going to outgrow it very quickly. You're going to be wanting to think about resources and things you're going to need for the progression of the game. And you are going to... My recommendation is you will be at a disadvantage if you start here. This base right here is not mine. But it does kind of demonstrate the point to where people will just put things willy-nilly, then quickly run out of room. You're going to want to think about long term, not just for immediate. Now, for the first, just starting out, you're gonna want to build your primitive workbench. When you build your primitive workbench, go ahead and build a torch, because that will keep you warm at night. But I will show you my recommendations on where to build your first base. Because of the changes from early access to 1.0, one of my favorite places to build is kind of not on my list, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to bring up my map. I am a bit more progressed in this game. Build up my map. So here, bring up my map. So here, three places I recommend. One I recommend with caution. The third I'm going to recommend with caution, however. As a beginner, you're going to want to think about the first three resources you are going to need to build things. Actually, four. So you want wood, you want stone, you will want ore pretty quickly, and you will need the shiny blue rocks, Paldium fragments. Okay. One of the best locations I recommend, if it is available to you in your playthrough, whether you are on a single player or you decided to join someone's server. If you decided to summon servers, this location may not be available to you, but it is a highly recommended place to build if it is available. Another recommendation is here. These two locations for similar reasons. There is ore here. So you will not suffer through the first three resources that you're going to need. A little bit maybe with your Paldium. Actually, you won't suffer for Paldium, and I'll show you why. Another place I like to build, and I used to build here a lot in early access, was over here on this island. It's a little harder to get to starting out, but there's a lot of open space. It's easy to build there, but you're going to suffer because there's not much opportunity for ore. And you're going to come across you're going to start needing that very quickly. But now I'm going to show you how to get to the one place I do recommend. I am not going to walk there. Oh, this will be a very long video. So you are going to want to come down here this way. Hello. Say hi to the nice Memorous bus. Yep, he is here. Pay him no mind. He is not going to bother you unless you bother him first. Now you may run across the spheres on the ground or whatever. If you want to catch a couple of beginner pals, that's fine. I do recommend if you do not have the torch, if you can find him, one of the ones that are clutch is going to be fox sparks, because you can have him out and he'll keep you warm at night. It's going to take you a hot minute to get fully established. Kativa is a good beginner pal because he will help you. His partner skill will allow you to carry more weight at the beginning, which is very important. You like lift three rocks and you can't move, right? That's not good. But let's go on to where I show you that one spot, and I do have a base there, so I am going to say don't worry about building skills if you are not that. I full disclosure, I am not that creative. I am not going to be the one that shows you how to make a pretty sky base all over the place, you know, with bells and whistles. I am more function over form. You're going to go up here. There is more than one route to get there. There's a fox barks. I didn't mean to pick those up, but that's okay. There's a skill. Now the reason I brought you up this way is there is a skill fruit tree that's going to be useful when you're getting pals, and these the skill fruits give your let you teach new moves to your pals. They serve as similar functions to TMs, if you are familiar with Pokemon. Okay, so you're gonna come this way. This is where the Chillet boss is. Give him a minute. There's the Chillet. He is pretty chill as well. He is not aggressive. You can run circles around him. He is not going to attack unless you attack him first. So just wander on past him. Now this is my own server, so I have DK turned off. So I have the bridge cut off by a gate. But this is my own main base. Okay. Nice. One of the reasons I recommend this location is because of how defensible it is. If you have NPC raids turned on, you get the you will have NPCs raid your base, trying to attack your base. This place is probably the most defensible of any place you can get to relatively quickly from the beginning area. The NPCs are stupid. They really can't climb up there very well. If you can cut off the bridge, they can't come across the bridge. A lot of them will come like down here. Some of them have started to come this way and then back up. But you should still be able to defend it fairly easily. Once you get better established, it will be really easy. Sorry. One of the other reasons I choose here is because in this area there are about 4 or 5 iron nodes or ore nodes that you can be mining from. That's going to give you ore, and you can start. You know, once you're able to smelt it, you can start utilizing it. But there are also trees that grow here, and some stone. And as far as Paldium, there is Paldium all over the place in this area. You may have to go forage for it at first before you can grind the rocks, grind stone in bulk to get enough of it, but now I'm going to show you. This is my main base. I don't have everything finished yet. I am also planning on an expansion. This is how I choose to build. You cannot build. You have to have foundations in order to be able to build. You're waiting. My poor guy is... I hear Lucky Pal. I'm going to ignore it. But here's like their sleeping area. As soon as possible, you're going to want to start building up. Think about the future. Do not squeeze everything you can into a little bit of space. Eventually, you're gonna want to build up. This gives you plenty of room. And I can still build more. Right now, I've got my POW box over there. Eventually you can move it to a higher floor. Your POW box radius is 3D. It's more of a circumference. It goes vertical as well as horizontal. So you can go up and down. You can't. I do wish they would add a dig mechanism mechanic to the game, but Pocket Pair has not. There is no way to dig down. But you can bring the POW box up. When I had the POW box still on the ground floor, the circumference reached almost to the top of those stairs. Don't worry about the stairs. I'm still, like I said, I am planning an expansion. That's a work in progress. But as you can see, there's plenty of room up here. I can build more. I can place more. But this location will get you through needing stone, wood, paldium, and ore pretty quickly. The other location I showed you on the map is a little harder to get to on this. But I will show you how to get there in another video.